What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Hello and welcome to Bounding Into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding Into Comics, and I want to welcome you to another episode of The Daily Stupid, where we cover some of the dumbest and most idiotic things happening around the world and on the internet. Today we've got more stupid, including Bravo apologizing for a Native American costume, Joe Biden, Cinderella getting canceled, and veganism.
And here we go.
First up, Bravo TV and Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore apologized for wearing a Native American headdress during a Halloween-themed episode on the reality show. The apology came after an activist group called Illuminative on Instagram blasted Moore and the show for wearing the headdress. They wrote on Instagram, "We are deeply disturbed by last night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta in which Kenya Moore wore a Native American warrior princess costume. Costumes that mock Native peoples, defame our traditions and cultures, and perpetuate negative stereotypes are racist. Playing Indian is a form of mascotry that is not just offensive, it is part of a long history of how Native peoples have been dehumanized. Countless research studies show the harm these images, actions, and the normalization of these behaviors have on our youth. We also know the dehumanization and sexualization of Native women contributes to the crises of murdered and missing Indigenous women. We are also incredibly concerned that none of the producers or executives at Bravo TV, Comcast, NBC Universal intervened, although several cast members commented on how uncomfortable, unnecessary, and offensive the costume was on camera. The series has had several instances of racism and offensive behavior, and yet it seems no training, procedures, or standards have been sent to stop offensive acts which go against the values Comcast professes to have. It is important that Bravo TV, Comcast, NBC Universal, Andy Cohen, and Kenya Moore apologize for the harm they have caused Native peoples and commit to ensuring offensive displays like this never happen again. Native people are not a costume." As of today, the post had 7,565 likes. This demand is absolutely stupid. No harm was actually caused by Kenya Moore wearing a costume, just like no harm is done when costume shops sell Native American costumes. It just doesn't happen. To claim it does makes you a complete and utter idiot, which Illuminative obviously are. While Illuminative are complete dunces, Bravo TV and Kenya Moore are most assuredly dumber because they actually apologized to these morons. First, Bravo TV apologized in the comments of the Instagram post. They wrote, "Bravo aims to have the highest standards of respect and inclusivity, and we recognize that the recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, in which a cast member wears a Native American costume, did not uphold those values. We had hoped it would provide a teachable moment. However, in retrospect, it is clear that the network did not address this properly given the gravity of the situation. We apologize to both the Native American community and our audience as a whole." These morons literally apologized because someone wore a costume. It's completely absurd. Here's a thought. We should cancel all of Hollywood because all the movies have costumes that some idiots on Instagram could get upset about. Let's cancel it all. But the apology tour didn't stop there. Kenya Moore would issue an apology as well. She wrote, "I want to sincerely apologize for inappropriately wearing the Native American headdress as a costume. I now realize that this was both disrespectful and insensitive and would never have done it if I had that knowledge and understanding beforehand. I regret it. When you know better, you do better. I am genuinely sorry." There is nothing wrong with wearing a costume. Getting outraged over someone wearing a costume is stupid. Apologizing to the idiots that are outraged makes you doubly stupid.
Idiots! Imbeciles!
Next up, President Joe Biden continued to expose just how big of an idiot he is. Recently, he gave a speech stating, quote,
"You know, I've told my granddaughters from the time they were old enough to understand what I was saying, and I mean it. There's not a single thing a man can do that a woman can't do as well or better. Not a single thing."
Just looking at the current world records in sprinting, it's clear Joe Biden has no clue what he's talking about, and he's just signaling the virtue. As reported by World Athletics, the women's 100 meters outdoor world record is held by Florence Griffith Joyner with a time of 10.49 seconds. It was set on July 16, 1988. In comparison, the men's 100 meters outdoor world record is held by Usain Bolt with a time of 9.58 seconds. It was set on August 16, 2009. Looks like the man did it better. According to the International Weightlifting Federation, the world record for men over 109 kilograms in the weightlifting event called Snatch is held by Lasha Talakadze at 222 kilograms. Talakadze also holds the world record in the clean and jerk at 264 kilograms. He also owns the world record total combined between both events at 484 kilograms. There is no women over 109 kilogram category. There is an 87 kilogram plus category for women. The world records are held by Li Wenwen. Her snatch is 147 kilograms. Her clean and jerk is 186 kilograms. And her total is 332 kilograms. Again, the man did it better. The list of examples can go on and on and on, proving that Joe Biden is a complete dunderhead.
He's an idiot.
Next, Minnesota theater Chanhassen Dinner Theaters canceled a production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella because it was too white. In a press release, the company announced, quote, "After careful consideration and with our ongoing commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, Chanhassen Dinner Theaters has made the decision to cancel our upcoming production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. In addition to changing future programming, we are establishing new pre-production protocols. We will be inviting and paying BIPOC artists to analyze the production with our creative teams through a new DEI lens, looking to expand the voices that are at the table and impacting the storytelling. This conversation will happen before the design and casting process has begun." They would later add, "We believe this new process will allow us to tell the story in a rich way and allow us to live out our commitment to identity-conscious casting and becoming a more intentionally anti-racist theater." Speaking with TwinCities.com, the artistic director Michael Brindisi said it was 98% white. That doesn't work with what we're saying we're going to do, making it clear that it was canceled because it was too white. Chanhassen Dinner Theaters would also issue a follow-up statement. That statement reads, quote, "Just to be clear, we believe unapologetically in the changes we are making, and we believe that all of our kind-hearted guests will follow us on this journey. We did not cancel Cinderella because of content. We are looking forward to bringing it to our stage in the future, but we as a company decided our original casting didn't go far enough in our commitment, and instead of waiting another full year to implement these important changes, we chose now." Except they did cancel because of content, and they just admitted it. They canceled it because the production, which includes the actors playing the characters and telling the stories, were more than likely white given the director's comment. This is not just dumb, it's racist. Welcome to the Daily Stupid Chanhassen Dinner Theaters.
You serious?
Finally, our last topic is veganism. Twitter user MythInformedMKE shared a compilation of a number of TikTokers saying something about white supremacy and veganism. Take a listen.
Fail to account for white supremacy and veganism, you get white veganism.
We must address the role of white supremacy and the oppression it creates, no matter if we are vegan or not.
White veganism focuses solely on animal liberation while ignoring the context of colonization and imperialism and how all of this impacts all living beings and the planet.
Not all white people vegans are white vegans.
Our veganism must be intersectional, accessible, anti-racist, anti-imperialist, and decolonized.
If anyone actually knows what any of this means, keep it to yourself, because this crap is absolutely insane and you don't want to expose yourself as one of them. Cue the Billy Madison clip, because listening to this, even without understanding it, makes you dumber.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
This has been your Daily Stupid. If you have suggestions for tomorrow, leave a comment or hit us up on social media. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.